Morning everybody, welcome back to the channel. I just thought I would do a quick roundup video after Brighton Marathon yesterday. Some of you I know follow me on Strava or Instagram and probably saw that I DNF'd during the marathon yesterday, and I just thought I would do a quick update for those of you who haven't seen that and explain what happened. So I travelled down to Brighton with my son in the van. We stayed overnight very near Farmers Road, I think it is, or Farmers area of Brighton, near the Amex Stadium. Parked up in the van overnight using a Park for Night space, which I use quite often. We had a pizza delivered to us. I always have pizza the night before a race. Slept very well in the van. Got up nice and early, had a good breakfast, porridge, couple of mugs of tea, feeling pretty good, no issues there. Then we drove to the park and ride, dumped the van off, got on the park and ride, went into Brighton down to the start area. I had everything I needed. I had my drop-off bag with my gels, with my cap, sunglasses, extra layer, change of shoes to put on. I was all prepared, I had everything I needed. And then the 9:30 start seemed to become 9:50. I don't know if I misread something. I thought I was starting at 9:30. I started at 9:50, so it was a bit of a 20-minute delay, but to be honest, I had a drink with me. I'd done salt loading with Precision Hydration salt the night before and during the morning of, so everything, I ticked off all the boxes that I normally do pre-race to make sure I was in as good a shape as possible. But I just wasn't feeling like my head was in the right place. I just wasn't feeling confident that I had 26 miles in me. It was a windy day, for those of you who knew about it or were there or who ran it. It was a windy day. It was gusts of sort of 40 miles an hour. It's a coastal run. But you know, that's the same for everybody, so that's not special to me at all. It was a windy day, but in my head I just didn't feel that I had 26 miles of 8-minute miling in me. I know I've had this chest condition. I have a croaky voice most evenings because I'm coughing up rubbish all day, but as soon as we got on the starting pen I felt fine, but just not massively confident about running a marathon. In my head I was struggling basically before I even started. The start goes, you head round the corner, you go straight up a hill, and straight away my heart rate I think got up into the 160s, high 160s, going up the first hill. And I knew that you go up one bit of a hill, then you turn, you come down again, you go up another little bit of a hill, you come down again after that. It's a little bit rolling for the first couple of miles, I suppose. And so I settled into my pace. My planned pace was 8-minute miling, hopefully 7:57 maybe, but just sneak under 8-minute miling, to just sneak a sub 3:30. So that was my plan. First mile, 8-minute miling, bang on. Second mile, 7:50, just because of a bit of downhill after the first hill. So I was running almost to heart rate, so my pace moved around a little bit from 7:50, 7:55, 7:58, 8:04. I just where I needed to, I let my heart rate recover down a little bit, but within 3 or 4 miles, easily within 3 or 4 miles, within the first half mile I was starting to get a bit concerned. Within 3 or 4 miles I thought, there's no way I'm finishing this marathon today, there is no way. And after a few miles you head out of Brighton, you head out east along a long coastal drag towards Rottingdean. Very windy along there, very exposed. And on the way out, you go out for 3 or 4 miles. On the way out I was just thinking, when I get back into the city I'm gonna have to quit. There's no way I've got 26 miles in me. After the 10k to start off with, I was already feeling it. I knew I was having to push harder than I needed to be able to maintain that pace for 26 miles. Again, maybe I should have, having seen the weather reports, maybe I should have eased my target back a bit, but 3:30 was the target I wanted. I did 3:42 a month ago at Tokyo whilst pacing, so I thought I had more in me than, I knew I had more in me than that, because that was quite a comfortable run. I knew I had more in me than that, but just not yesterday. Before I got out as far as Rottingdean, I knew all I had to do was get back into the city where I could meet my son and I could just pull out, and that was all that was in my head, was this is just too hard for today. Anyway, got all the way out to Rottingdean, came all the way back into Brighton again, and was looking for the finishing area where I knew my son was going to be later on to meet him. And as soon as you get back into Brighton, it turns left and it heads back out east again, and that's around about 13, 14, 15 miles. So I was heading back east again, away from the finishing area, and then I saw coming back in on the other side of the road, I saw the 3:15 runners coming the other way, and I thought, well, they're 15 minutes ahead of me, so I'm going to be heading out here for another mile before I come back 2 miles. I just don't think I've got it in me. I just don't think today is the day. I think I could have, my heart rate was already up in the 170s at 15 miles, and from there it's only going to go worse. It'll be high 180s before I know it, and with 10 miles to go, that's just not where I need to be. I know it isn't. And so I took the decision at 15.5 miles just to stop. So I stopped there, and then I walked back to the finishing area to meet my son. I wasn't absolutely destroyed, I wasn't in pain or discomfort, but I just knew that if I pushed it for another 10 miles, yes, I would have been slowing down, yes, I probably would have had to walk, yes, I would have probably had to turn myself inside out just to finish, and I probably would have finished slower than I did Tokyo. And I just thought, I'm far better off here just to quit this now. I'm not going to get the time I want. There's no point struggling on for another 10 miles, at least another 90 minutes to do. And it just wasn't my day. And sometimes you have to admit that it just isn't your day for a run. It's my 21st marathon. I know my body. As I said in the previous video, I'm starting to understand the marathon distance, and I know if my heart rate's in the high 170s with 10 miles to go, I am going to be in a world of pain towards the end. And that's not where I need to be. As I said, again, coming up, I've got a big block of cycling training over the next 4 months. I've got lots of big sportives and big rides to do, and I'm far better just quit this marathon, get home in one piece, get home feeling good, which I do. I feel completely fine today. I've got no DOMs, I've got no leg aches, I've got no pains or anything at all, because I basically just had a 2-hour 8-minute miling run, which is more than doable. So I feel completely fine today. I am going to have a rest day, and then it's time to crack on with the bike miles. So thank you for everyone who's commented on my Strava or my Instagram to check I'm okay. I'm completely okay, and I'm entirely happy with the decision I made as well. I know it was the right decision. I know some other amazing performances out there by lots of other runners, but it wasn't for me. Maybe it's just one marathon too many. Maybe it's this sort of infection or lurgy that's hanging around with me. It wasn't to be, and so I made a sensible decision, pulled out, and lived to fight another day. So I hope that allays any worries you have. I'm very grateful to any messages and comments, as ever. On with the bike training. Let's get into some sportives. The sun's out, the weather's good, I'm feeling great, and I will see you all very soon on the next video. Take care, bye.